Hello. In this video, we will be learning how to compute quartiles and percentiles. So we have these monthly salary data for 12 employees here, and we will be computing first the quartiles. So quartiles, which quartile we want to compute? First quartile, second quartile, third quartile. And then we will be also computing percentiles. And which percentile we will be computing? Say we will be computing 80th percentile, right? So this is the plan. Now, in order to compute the first quartile, I will be entering equal to sign here, and we will be going to this formula tab here, and we will be going to more functions, going into statistical functions, and we will be using in Q, if we scroll down, here this quartile.exec function, right? This quartile returns the value based on percentile values exclusive. What it means, a little bit later we will understand here. Which data values we want to use? We want to use these values from A2 to A13, and then which quartile we want to compute? We want to compute the first quartile. I have just to put 1 here and click OK, and this gives us the value of first quartile, which is 3857.5. Now if you want to compute second quartile, this is the same procedure, right? But this time you will find, if you go to functions, you will go to recently used functions, and quartile function will be here, quartile.exe function. And again, you will be picking up the array. So these 12 salary points, and which quartile we are using? We are computing second quartile, and its value is 3905. Similarly, third quartile, first of all, enter equal to from the keyboard, going to recently used, picking up the required function and selecting the data set, and then entering the 3 to mean the third quartile. And third quartile is 4025. Now we want to compute the percentile. Percentile we will be computing, we will be going to more functions, statistical, we will be using percentile.exe function. Now it is asking which set of values you want to use. Click this upward arrow, select these values. We want to compute percentile of these data sets, which is from A2 to A13, and then it asks you which percentile you want to compute. So please remember, when we are trying to compute 80th percentile, here you have to enter number 0.80, right? And click OK, and the 80th percentile is 4082, right? So one more thing here, quartiles can also be computed using percentiles. If you remember this discussion in the class when we learn quartiles and percentile, we know that quartile, first quartile is also which percentile? It is 25th percentile, right? So you can also compute first quartile by using the percentile function. And since we have already used percentile function, we will find it in recently used functions, and we will select this array, 12 values from A2 to A13, And now, although we are computing first quartile, but we are using percentile function. Look here, percentile.exe function, and we first quartile is 25th percentile, so I will type here 0.25 and click OK, and you will see, interestingly, this value is same, right? So the same way you can compute third quartile as which percentile it would be? 75th percentile. So going to recently used function, picking up the percentile function, and then selecting the data range, and then typing in which percentile. So it is third quartile, which would be 75th percentile, and in order to calculate 75th percentile, we have to type 0.75, click OK, and here you go. So third quartile is also 75th percentile. And we also know that second quartile would be also the 50th percentile. Yeah, you got it right. So going to recently used functions, percentile, picking up the data range, and then which value I should type here? 0.50. And then you see 50th percentile is also second quartile. But is the second quartile same thing as median? Let's see. Statistical median. Selecting the data values from A2 to A13. Click OK. And here you go. So this way we know we have learned how to use Microsoft Excel to compute quartiles, percentiles, and also we have established the relationship between quartiles and percentiles. And for second quartile, which is 50th percentile and is also equal to the median of the series. Thank you.